Hey everybody, welcome back to PC-Addicts. My name is Chris Davis. This video, I'm going to be answering those questions from this video here that you guys so kindly asked. And I got 3 pages worth here. 1, 2, 3 questions. And I have some answers. Actually 4. Oh, I thought I had 3. I have 4 pages of questions and answers. I'm going to run through these really quick though, because I don't want this video to drag on. So without any further ado, let's get on with it. The first question comes from IT Career Questions, aka Zach Hill. It's a friend of mine at work. He says, "This is such a great idea. How did you think of this?" Well, it was actually Zach's idea. Zach's been doing these AMAs, Ask Me Anything, on his channel. Make sure you check them out. You can find them here. He does a lot of getting into IT type stuff, a lot of questions and answers from his viewers there. Really good stuff on advice and tech interview questions, all that stuff. So check that out. Number 2 comes from Ograz. How long have you been working in IT? So it depends. Actually working as like in a job where I'm earning an income from it, probably about 9 years. Previous to those 9 years, I was out in San Diego. I worked as a copier technician. I was a digital product specialist. Basically worked on like $100,000 machines out in customers' offices that did copiers and prints and fax and scan and all that. Now, towards the end of that, we really got heavily into the tech side of things, where we had to go in, set up the printers or set up the copiers as printers and scans and stuff on a lot of the people's networks. So I started touching stuff there. Previous to that, I was always into tech. I always had computers and was messing with them at the house. But so, I mean, if you want to total everything, probably about 15 to 16 years, maybe. All right. The next one comes from Frank Harina, who is very active on the channel. What's up, Frank? Thank you. He says, "When can we get an updated one of these videos?" So these videos, meaning this thing. It's our music video that my wife and I put together. It was back when we were live all the time. We did streaming a lot, so it was kind of based around that whole era where I wouldn't say us tech people were competing on streams. It was basically when Ustream started to, right before that Ustream got big, we were all active on that. We were trying to get on the front page and stuff, so it was a good time. As far as to answer your question, I want to do a new one soon, so I guess when time permits, I'll try to throw something together. I do want to do one though. All right, next question comes from Yo Mama. He or she, I'm not sure, says, "Chris, can you add in training videos on Outlook 2012, etc.?" I'm not sure if there's a Outlook 2012 version out there, and I don't know if you're just doing a generalization of Outlook, but I know there's a 2007, 2010, 2013, but I'm not sure about 2012. I'm using 2010 right now at work. I'd be happy to do some more of that. Maybe when I get my hands on some newer versions, I can do that too. Perry Shiel. I don't know if I could pronounce all your guys' names properly, so don't get mad if I didn't pronounce them right. So Perry says, "I am currently 16 and I am taking my exams this summer. I have decided that I am going to get an apprenticeship in IT when I leave school, as it is something I love and enjoy. With your knowledge, what part of IT would you recommend working up to? I have thought about technical architect, but not too sure. Keep up the good work. Chris, love the content." Smiley face. Well, thank you, Perry. You know, it's hard. I get asked these kinds of questions a lot, and I'm not sure how to answer them. I can only answer them based off of my experience, because I don't want to direct people in a direction that they may not want to go. So I'll give you my advice. If I were to start over again, knowing what I know now, and if I was 16, 18, 20, whatever, getting into trying to figure out what I want to do, and I do want to do something with tech, I would get into programming 100%. Programming. I don't care what kind of language, but just hardcore programming. Web development, possibly. There's so much programming that goes into the job that I'm doing now at work, where a lot of PowerShell stuff, some old VB stuff that's still running that I really don't know. I'm not very good with VB, but I'm pretty good. I'm decent with PowerShell, and I'm decent enough where it's helped me so much. It's helped the organization so much to automate things. The previous sysadmin that worked at the job is phenomenal programmer, but he's a sysadmin. So I think his true passion was programming but it morphed in more into the sysadmin side. But he integrated that so much and so well at the place. He put into place so many automation things using especially PowerShell, that it's very important to the hospital. So I would say I would get into programming. You can branch off of that so much. All right, next question. The phony 007, maybe? He says, hi, so what is the best way to learn all those shell commands, especially for Win Server, Exchange, greetings from Germany? Well, hello. I'm not sure what the best way is, but build scenarios at home in a test environment. Meaning set up virtual labs, set up virtual environments, servers, clients, build all kinds of stuff. Set up domains, break the domain controllers, replace the domain controllers. Try to build up as much as you can, break as much as you can, try to fix as much as you can, and put it in a new place as much as you can. You'll remember it as you go, and if you don't have to remember everything, throw them into a notepad file, put them in Dropbox or something, and just save them whenever you need them. There's no sense in trying to remember everything. I guess that's the textbook way of doing things, and I'm just not like that. If I can access it somehow, I will access it on the computer. All right, Daniel Harper. Is there a website where I can learn more IT stuff? Well, I guess it depends what you want to learn. But yeah, that's how I learn all my stuff. I go and do a lot of Google searches, and 9 times out of 10, you're going to have a dozen different sites and different threads and different opinions on whatever topic you're looking for. You just got to read them all and, test them out yourself. All right, Tech Rage Gaming says, what is the meaning of life in your opinion? I don't know. Every once in a while I think about that and I quickly move on because I really don't have an answer or an opinion, really. I say just, we're here, make the best of it, be the best you can, try to help others out, and continue bettering yourself. All right, so Link057 asks, do you like pancakes or waffles? Probably pancakes. And then he asks us an actual serious question. He says, serious question. It's a pretty long one, so I'll try to read it real quick. Serious question. What do you think about certifications? Do they matter? My CompTIA A+ and N+ just expired, and I really don't know if I want to get them again. I have a 2-year degree, computer information technology, and have half a year of job experience. Do you think I should get them again? Do employers even care? Yada, yada, yada. So, quick answer is no. Don't renew them. Don't get them again. If you already have a couple years of experience and you have, you show that you completed your A+ and N+ once, move on. In my opinion. Okay, so I may get some people out there that disagrees, and that's fine. I earned my A+ and N+ back in '99, so we were grandfathered in. I didn't have to go through that renewal process each time. If I did, I wouldn't do it. And maybe that has some bearing on the fact that I'm in IT now. But I wouldn't do it. I would look for something else. I'd do some research in programming or database administration, get certifications there. Basically, I always stress, if anybody's ever talking to me about getting into IT, I stress the fact, don't worry so much about the certifications. Show the people who are interviewing you that you have a major passion for this stuff and you have superior customer service skills. Always put yourself in the end user's shoes. Have sympathy for them, understand where they're coming from, and just remember, that's not their job in life, is IT. Their job in life might be, in my case, saving people's lives. So if somebody doesn't know something like, oh, I don't know how to restart the computer, that's fine. That's no problem. I'm here to help you. Maybe just start going out and trying to find some different certifications that you can get. Forget the A+ and N+ at this point. All right, Yorkie Christopher says, hi, Chris. I have set up Windows Server 8, Windows 7 Pro, and pfSense and Oracle VirtualBox, but I cannot join the client to the domain. Message pops up and attempt to resolve DNS name. He does answer it with problem solved. I use the IP address, blah, 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 blah. And I had answered that in a different video for him. And basically, this is the biggest problem I see. I get this question a lot on that video. And it's, hey, I set up VirtualBox. I have a domain controller and I have a client. I can't join the client to the domain. It says something about a DNS problem. You got to make sure that the client machine's DNS entry is the server's IP address. Because when you go to join a domain, your client computer tries to resolve that host name or that domain name. And if it can't ping that domain controller, especially by host name, you're not going to be able to join the domain. So first, make sure that from the client, you can ping the domain controller via the IP address. If that's successful, ping it using the host name of the server. If that's successful, you should be able to join it. Of course, there's other little tidbits of problems and stuff. But all right, next question comes from a website visitor. I have a problem with Hyper-V Server 2012. I installed the GUI and some other stuff. And I'm gonna this question real quick. I'm going to defer it to another time. It's been a while since I messed with the Hyper-V. It sounds like WinRM, you just need to set that configuration up. You can Google that, or if you're still having problems, let me know and I will try to help. Website visitor Chris from Poland says, "Hi Chris, in the last video you said to use DHCP reservations for printers, not static IP. Can you explain why? Thanks. Greetings from Poland." Well, hello, thank you. Easy, long-term management. Let's say that you have a printer out there. I'm going to use an ER, for example. There's a printer in ER. It breaks. I go physically put in a different printer, a spare printer. All I got to do is grab the MAC address and pop it in a DHCP reservation, change the old MAC to the new MAC, power that thing on. It's got the right IP. There's no IP conflicts or anything like that. That other printer, if it's set up for static, that old one, and it gets put on a shelf, and then 2 months later, somebody takes it and plugs it in, you're going to have an IP conflict. For us, it's easy management, and we've done it a long time. It's worked great. There's other benefits, but this video is getting kind of long. So, all right, website visitor Larry. Chris, can you do a series, set up a Exchange server with mailboxes using server 2012 R2? I think that'd be great. Sure. I have wanted to do an Exchange series for a while. There's so much to it. I didn't want to skip over things really quickly, so I have to kind of plan that one out. That one, I have to set up some other things ahead of time, and I want to make sure that I do it right. I want to test it first, and then tear it down, and then do a video on it. So that's why it's taking that one so long. But yes, that will come. Website visitor Kenneth. Could you do some Linux videos about monitoring? Nagios, Zabbix, or something else maybe? Other Linux videos will, of course, be highly appreciated. Well, absolutely. We use a Linux-based monitoring system now at the hospital, and I will show that one, or I will do a video on that one, and maybe some other ones like, I don't know, was it Spiceworks and maybe Nagios. I think I used Nagios in the past. It sounds so familiar. I know I've either researched it or I've used it or something. I can't split these pages. There we go. Last one on this one. Website visitor Troy. Chris, hi, what a great idea this is. My question is it possible to use a computer that once the user logs onto a real machine, it directs him to a virtual machine? I have messed around with changing the shell to MSTSC, which boots up only RDP, and then they use this to connect to their virtual machine. However, this doesn't totally lock the machine really down, i.e. Control-Delete brings up stuff and all this. So I can say we use something similar. It's called Weiss terminals. They're Dell Weiss terminals at the hospital. We have a lot of those. And they basically, when we plug them in and turn them on, it goes out and looks for a FTP server. And that FTP server has different configuration files set up. And depending on the VLAN that it's on or some other special config files, it will automatically bring up a remote desktop session to a particular server or a particular server farm, depending on the purpose of that computer there. And those things work out great. As far as what you're doing, like trying to use regular computers, like a Windows 7 machine, I've never done that. We have locked some down to the point where you can't do anything on them. So you may want to check out group policy if that's your goal. You could lock down the computer really well there, and it may just be local group policy stuff on that machine too. But it's been a while since we did that, locked one down that hard, but we did do that for a certain department. And it worked out okay. I don't know about your case here, but I wanted to say thank you guys for asking those questions. Hopefully I've answered some of those questions, and we'll probably do some follow-up videos on a couple of the other topics there that I didn't get too deep in, because they are some good topics, some good questions. Thanks guys. Don't forget to subscribe. That helps motivate me to keep going here, and check out these videos that are on the side here. All right guys, till next time.